Welcome to episode 572 of AI Brief. So the global AI race is, no longer just about who is the smartest. It is actively turning into a brutal war over price and access. And beyond that, we are going to take a rapid-fire look at some massive leaps happening across space exploration and human biology, and finish up with a roundup of today's trending productivity tools to completely optimize your daily workflows.
It is a really fascinating lineup today because it perfectly blurs the line between the frontier of artificial intelligence and the literal frontiers we are crossing in deep space and medicine. I mean, we are looking at discoveries that challenge our fundamental understanding of intelligence itself.
So whether that means the artificial neural networks we are currently building or the organic biological building blocks we are uncovering across the galaxy, let's dive into China's massive open-weight AI offensive. This shift is rapidly turning the artificial intelligence race into a fierce price and access war. We are seeing major players like Alibaba pushing their models incredibly deep into this ecosystem, with Qwen 3.8 reportedly preparing for a full open-weight release. And alongside them, Moonshot AI is targeting the absolute frontier of capability with Kimi K3.
Which is an incredibly massive model boasting 2.8 trillion parameters.
Yeah, that is a huge distinction. I mean, the unmistakable message here is that China is betting that widely available, highly capable models can completely undermine the premium pricing of American AI labs. We can essentially look at the United States and China's AI strategies as a walled fortress versus an enormous public library.
Oh, that is a really good way to put it. American companies are building these formidable fortresses where you must pay ongoing API fees to access the intelligence locked inside, like a toll booth.
But China is building a massive public library, allowing developers to check out the foundational architecture itself and run it however they want.
Wait, let me play devil's advocate here for a second. 2.8 trillion parameters sounds incredibly impressive on a press release. But when we look at Moonshot's Kimi K3, does a parameter count that massive actually translate to real-world utility for an everyday developer? Or is this just, a theoretical vanity metric to generate headlines?
Well, that massive parameter count translates into direct, highly competitive utility. To understand why, we have to look closely at what those parameters are actually doing. Breaking down the specifications of Kimi K3 reveals exactly why this model represents such a turning point. We are looking at 2.8 trillion parameters, which roughly equates to the number of artificial neural connections the model uses to process complex logic.
So it's not just raw size.
No, the model is also natively multimodal, meaning it does not just read text. It can process and understand audio, images, and data simultaneously without needing separate translation software. Beyond that, it features a staggering 1 million token context window. 1 million tokens is massive.
To put that limit in perspective, you could feed the AI the entire text of the Harry Potter series twice in a single prompt, and it would retain every single detail in its active memory to answer your questions. It is not just generating sentences anymore, it is holding massive, complex databases in its short-term memory.
That completely changes how a developer interacts with the system. You are no longer just asking it to write a snippet of code. You are feeding it the entire code base of your application and asking it to find a single bug hidden deep in the architecture.
And that is why Kimi K3 is not just another chatbot meant for casual conversation or writing emails. It is aimed squarely at complex coding, deep reasoning, agentic workflows, and long-horizon knowledge work. Tasks where the AI has to plan out multiple steps over a long period. Early reports place Kimi K3 at or near the very top of several rigorous coding and agent benchmarks.
So it is actively challenging the leading Western systems on their own home turf.
Yes, the accompanying commentary from Pazi and Moonshot proves the battlefield is shifting. The advantage isn't just about having the best model anymore. It is about making frontier-level intelligence cheap, downloadable, and deeply integrated into developer workflows.
Silicon Valley's moat is looking less like a fortress and more like a toll booth. Moving into everything else in AI and science today, I will hand the floor over to guide us through these monumental breakthroughs happening above our heads and inside our bodies. I mean, it is wild to think about how aggressively we are trying to synthesize intelligence here on Earth when you consider that we are simultaneously hunting for the biological building blocks of it out in the universe.
It really is. And we began with a monumental cosmic discovery regarding planet LHS Oven 40BB. Astronomers have long considered this specific exoplanet one of the most promising candidates for harboring life outside our solar system. The reasoning is based on its unique physical properties. It is a rocky planet, much like Earth. It maintains the right temperature, and it orbits comfortably within its host star's habitable zone.
which is the exact distance where liquid water can pool on the surface without freezing or boiling away.
That is an incredibly important detail, but being in the habitable zone means nothing if the planet is just a barren rock. Now, astronomers have officially confirmed that LHS 1140b also possesses an atmosphere. The atmosphere acts as a vital insulating blanket. This marks the very first time all three key ingredients for life rocky composition, habitable temperature zone, and a confirmed atmosphere have been found on the exact same planet.
That immediately elevates it to the strongest candidate yet for a world that could potentially sustain life beyond our solar system.
Connecting this planetary discovery to deep space chemistry reveals another massive breakthrough. A sugar molecule has just been detected for the very first time in the interstellar medium, which is the incredibly vast, freezing cloud of dust and gas floating in the void between star systems.
Hold on, sugar. Like the same basic molecular structure we have here on Earth is just floating out in the freezing radiation of the interstellar medium.
It is the exact same fundamental chemistry. And this particular sugar molecule is absolutely essential for biological life because it forms the structural backbone of DNA and RNA. Without it, genetic replication is impossible. Its arrival on early Earth has puzzled scientists for decades. But finding it floating freely in deep space suggests that these fundamental, complex organic molecules may actually be widespread across the entire galaxy.
So the foundational conditions for life are not unique to Earth at all. They are baked into the chemistry of the cosmos.
Shifting our focus to the rocketry race and how we actually navigate that space, Japan has officially entered the reusable rocketry club. The country's RVX experimental rocket successfully lifted off and landed safely in a highly complex sub-1-minute test flight at the Noshiro Testing Center in northeastern Japan. Reusable rocketry is incredibly difficult because you are essentially trying to catch a falling skyscraper balanced on a pillar of fire.
That milestone is huge, and it occurred just one day after China successfully recovered a rocket booster for the very first time.
Meaning SpaceX now has multiple global competitors proving they can master this vital technology. Bringing our focus back down to Earth, we have major news from the FDA regarding human biology. High LDL cholesterol is a leading driver of heart attacks and strokes worldwide. Statins have served as the standard medical treatment for decades, but they are limited in their efficacy for many patients and can come with unwanted side effects. Now, the FDA has officially greenlit Merck's newly approved daily pill called Lipfendra. This pill takes a completely different mechanical approach by blocking a specific protein called PCSK9.
If I am understanding the mechanics of this correctly, you can think of your liver as a vacuum cleaner that naturally sucks up bad cholesterol from your bloodstream. The PCSK9 protein is basically dirt clogging the filter, actively stopping the vacuum from working efficiently. The protein naturally slows the body's ability to flush out cholesterol. By blocking that specific protein, this new pill essentially cleans the filter, letting your liver do what it was designed to do.
That is the perfect way to visualize it. By inhibiting that protein and cleaning the filter, Lipfendra allows the body to clear cholesterol significantly faster. In clinical trials, it cut LDL levels by up to an astonishing 60%, all with minimal side effects compared to traditional statins. At a cost of $315 a month, this powerful new treatment mechanism is now widely available to adults who are at severe risk of heart disease.
It is staggering how technology is allowing us to simultaneously decode the massive scale of interstellar space and the microscopic mechanisms of DNA sugars and PCSK9 proteins. But while scientists are using this incredible technology to discover Earth-like planets with atmospheres and cure systemic cardiovascular diseases, you can use today's new AI tools to conquer your own daily workflows. Let's run through today's trending AI tools. I'm going to rapid fire through all 6 of these and give you exactly one highly practical use case for each so you can start boosting your productivity immediately. First on the list is Wispr Flow. This is a highly advanced dictation tool that lets you speak naturally and write 4 times faster than typing.
Which is a massive time saver.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine you are staring down a huge morning email inbox. Instead of typing out every response, you can blaze through the entire list just by talking out loud, while the tool instantly translates your natural speech into perfectly formatted professional email text. Second, we have ClawTeams. This is a proactive, goal-driven AI team specifically designed for e-commerce. You could use this to autonomously manage complex customer inquiries and handle real-time inventory tracking for an online storefront.
It just acts on its own.
Well, it actually notices when a shipment is delayed and proactively reaches out to the customer to solve the issue without needing your manual oversight. Third is a tool called Pazi, which brings what they call vibe code to business operations. This allows you to automate complex back-end business workflows using simple natural language. If you want to connect your billing software to your customer database, you just type out plain English instructions explaining the logic, and Pazi turns those instructions into fully functional deployed operations.
That sounds incredibly useful for non-technical founders.
Fourth is V2Fun. This platform generates stunning 3D characters with 8K textures and built-in AI motion capture. If you are an indie game developer listening right now, V2Fun means you no longer need to rent out a physical motion capture studio or buy expensive ping pong ball suits. You can instantly create AAA studio quality character animations right from your desk without needing a massive budget.
Oh, wow. That completely democratizes game development.
Fifth is AgentKey, which acts as a live data marketplace for AI agents. An AI agent is only as good as the information it has access to. A practical application here is giving a financial AI assistant secure, direct access to real-time market data through AgentKey, allowing it to execute trades or build reports based on live up-to-the-second information. Finally, we have Osaurus. These are open-source AI agents that run entirely locally on a Mac. You can use Osaurus to run complex, privacy-safe AI tasks entirely on your laptop's own silicon without ever sending a single piece of sensitive data to the cloud.
Looking at these tools from a power user perspective reveals an incredibly potent combination strategy. You can combine Osaurus, which guarantees local, perfectly private data processing, with Wispr Flow for high-speed voice inputs. By bridging these two systems, you create the ultimate, perfectly private executive assistant right on your Mac. You get the incredible hands-free speed of vocal dictation alongside the absolute peace of mind and security of running every single task completely offline.
With open-weight AI models rapidly reaching trillions of parameters and achieving massive context windows right here on Earth, and the biological building blocks of life floating out in the interstellar medium above us, it leaves us with a profound final thought to consider. Are we closer to successfully building artificial intelligence in a server rack, or are we closer to discovering biological intelligence out in the universe? Definitely something to chew on.
Thank you so much for tuning in and exploring these incredible converging frontiers with us today.
Make sure to follow and share the podcast to stay updated on all the breakthroughs happening across the technological landscape. See you in the next